if you are correct, you get a prize, courtesy of our sponsor. It's a very short break now, because I don't want to waste any of our time, and we have our guest is already here with us, and we'll take this break. After this break, I'll let you know who my guest is and what she will be talking about. Engineer Dr. Yetunde Alade-Itan. She's of the Department of Chemical Engineering, University of STEM in Technology and Innovation. So he's our resource person for today. I'm ready to learn, and I'm sure you have the floor.
Okay, thank you so very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. You've been told, the topic for today's discourse is the role of STEM in technology innovation. Quickly, I'll be sharing with you the slides. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about STEM. We'll talk about the rationale of STEM education. We'll talk about the benefits of STEM education and also STEM education in Nigeria. We're looking at how it relates to technology and innovation. A very pertinent question is, what is STEM? Many of us keep hearing of STEM all the time, and then STEM is an acronym that stands for, the first is science, the S stands for science, and science basically provides the basics of innovation in fields such as medicine, biotechnology, and material science. It's a very important part of this acronym. Then you have the technology. What is technology? Technology is actually the application of the scientific knowledge, the knowledge you get from science, to create tools, products, and processes that can actually improve our lives as individuals. And then the third, the E, stands for engineering. And engineering entails designing, building, and testing the products and systems that make up our modern world. We know that there's really nothing much you can do without engineering. Whatever you see, be it your building, your equipment, we're all designed and built by engineers. M stands for mathematics. And why is this important? Mathematics is important because it actually helps us to understand the patterns and the structures that exist in our world around us. It also provides for us with tools to solve complex problems, and also helps us to make accurate predictions. So the importance of STEM really can never be overemphasized. It's very important. And
yeah, Alade-Itan there. I think it's due to some technical hitch. We'll just take this break now and try and reconnect with Engineer Alade-Itan, calling us via Zoom from Abuja. We'll take this break. We'll be right back. We lost you at some point.
Oh,
can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Loud and clear.
Yes, we lost you at some point, so you can continue with your presentation.
Oh, okay. Apologies, please. Sorry. Okay, so yes. Now, I want to talk about STEM, and like I said earlier on, STEM education, because like I said earlier on, I believe many of our viewers are children still in secondary school, considering whether they go, to sciences like the STEM courses, STEM subjects like your physics, your chemistry, your biology. And so STEM education basically is a teaching approach that combines the sciences, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now, for STEM education, it also links all these disciplines into a cohesive system, meaning that they actually exist not on their own, but together. Now, also engineering allows students to enhance their problem-solving skills and apply knowledge to new projects. Normally, when you want to do engineering, even in secondary school, you have to do courses like physics, chemistry, mathematics, and this helps you in enhancing your problem-solving skills, even in your day-to-day activities. Mathematics also enables people to analyze information. It helps us to eliminate errors and make more conscious decisions, even when we are designing solutions. Now, STEM is also a rapidly growing field, whether we like it or not. I mean, our world is ever evolving. If we see what is happening now, we're in the era of artificial intelligence. So many things are going on in the world. I remember during the time of COVID, many of us had to, learn to do a lot of things virtually. So STEM is actually a rapidly growing field that has the potential to change the world in ways that we cannot imagine. I remember when I was younger, a lot of things that we used to watch in the movies, the sci-fi movies, a lot of them are actually happening right now. I'm sure way back then we didn't believe that, things like that could happen. And it's all as a result of the knowledge you get from STEM. Now, STEM has also revolutionized the way we work, the way we live, and the way we interact with one another. Back then, I remember there was nothing like the phone. When I was in university, I remember when you want to send someone home, you have to say, oh, can you help me go to my house? But now you could just, place a phone call. It has made our lives a lot easier. It has made the way we interact a lot easier. For example, you could have your friends or your family members abroad. You could, talk over the phone, and you can even see each other and interact. So it has come here to stay. It has also led to breakthroughs in medicine, transportation, communication. A very good example, we had the COVID vaccine. I remember back then, COVID killed a lot of people, especially in the Western region. But because there was constant research on how, to improve the vaccine, you have people now, less people are dying of COVID. In fact, I'm sure we've not going to have COVID death in a very long time. This also and many other areas that have made our lives easier, that has made our lives safer. Imagine way back in the days when people were trekking to school and maybe trekking to whatever, but now we have all forms of, transportation. You could, leave Nigeria today and the next day you're somewhere in the UK or in the US. Now, through STEM, students develop key skills, very importantly. Now, as a science student, you have to develop some problem-solving skills. For example, when you do mathematics, you have your word problems. When they give you word problems, for example, find the probability of X, being Y and things like that. So when you do subjects like physics, like mathematics, like chemistry, you have a lot of word problems and you're able to develop your problem-solving, abilities. Now, STEM subjects also helps you to be creative. It improves your creativity. And also, critical analysis. And critical analysis actually involves evaluation and interpretation of scientific data, research and findings. So, for example, now we talk about big data, we talk about data science. These are the things that, are kind of like the basis for all that. Now, also it helps you to develop teamwork. For example, you're given an assignment and you're told, okay, a science project, and you're told 4 of you need to work on this. So it kind of helps you to learn to work with people. Because even when you leave secondary school, when you go to university, when you're done with university and you're at work, you need to have to work in a team. And so it helps you to build your team spirit. Also, it helps for you to think independently, to also take initiative. And while you're working in the team, of course, it helps you to do what? To improve your communication skills. And very importantly, in the area that we are in right now, is digital literacy. Loads and loads of, way back, a lot of things that we used to do manually, we're doing it online now. For example, I'm an engineer, and a lot of things that, back then we would do a lot of drawings, but now you could have AutoCAD, you have a lot of things, you have softwares, and they keep updating them from time to time. So as an engineer, as a science person, you learn to use digital resources because we are in the era of digital transformation. Now, why is STEM important? Why is STEM important? STEM is very important because the global economy is changing. Everything is changing. The way we do things, back then, now you have a lot of people working, and they're working from home, and they're earning good money. Especially a lot of people at the IT, they just have their laptop, and funny enough, they deliver on their job.
All right, I think we lost engineer Alade on there again, and I believe we are learning one or two things. As one or two things, that one of the things I am penciled down is about the critical thinking as a skill that an engineer must have if you want to must develop, if you want to use STEM to become an engineer. All right, let's take a break again so we could connect again with engineer data. Then we'll get back to you. Welcome back. Engineer Alade, welcome.
And so you have new ideas, new methods of doing things. Improving things that you already worked on. For example, like I said, when you have some softwares in your phone, next thing you hear is, oh, you need an update. And so it's ever evolving. You need to improve on systems, and that is what innovation is all about. It's all about new ideas. It's all about the method in the world of STEM. But importantly, it has to be translated into something that actually makes a difference. Either it improves your life and it has to solve a problem. Okay? Now, it also, for those working, can boost your company's profitability or improve your business performance. Because when you have something innovative, it means that it's new, it's faster, and it's better than what you've had before. Now, you have what you have, technology. Now, what exactly is technology? We hear of technology all the time. Technology basically is the application of scientific knowledge for practical use. It includes everything from simple tools like hammers and knives into complex systems like computers and advanced medical equipment. So you study science subject, the way of applying it is actually called technology. You know, the way you apply it for practical purposes. So whatever you learn in school, whatever you learn in your university, while you work, at the end of the day, you realize that whatever you're learning, you are going to apply it at some point, and that is the process, the technology process. Now, why STEM? People are asking, why do I study STEM? Now, I belong to the Association of Professional Women Engineers, and what we do basically is to encourage the girl child in STEM subjects. We encourage them to study engineering, and how do they study engineering? Have to, you know, be abreast with what is happening. They need to, they have to, you know, start doing some STEM courses, especially when they get to their SS1, you know. So it helps a lot. And what are the advantages? You get to live and work on the cutting edge, okay? You cannot, it's difficult for somebody that is into STEM, you know. Yes, we cannot have a 100% job security, but I mean, there are more job opportunities for those, especially in this era of digital transformation. You know, there are more job opportunities for those that actually study STEM subjects. It's also a transferable skill. And what I mean by transferable skill is you could actually part of engineering, and your skills are also applicable in another form of engineering. You would also find that there is something for everyone. So I encourage the young ones, don't be afraid. A lot of you are afraid, especially when it comes to mathematics. You know, there's really, if you put your mind to it, I tell you, there's no way you would not be able to make it. So it's very good for you to, you know, study STEM subject, because you have greater opportunities to do well, have greater opportunities to see what you actually learn come to fruition and apply it in your day-to-day activities. Now, quickly, I'm going to get
All right, again, we lost Engineer Adeyton there. I think the network is really not doing us a favor today. But she said something about mathematics. Please don't be afraid of mathematics. Like our question for the day is about mathematics. It's not difficult. It's important that you understand mathematics to be able to become an engineer that we are talking about. An engineer without mathematics is not an engineer, can't be an engineer. And that is the way to go. So you can call us. The number is on your screen. You have the question for the day already. The price is here already with us, and then the sponsor has provided everything that we need to get the price across to you. So if you know the answer to our question for the day, wake up your phone and call us, or go to any of our social media platforms and get the answers to us. The question is, find the quadratic equation whose roots are, and you have options. The options are a x squared plus 2l, b x squared minus 2x plus 7 equals 0, c x squared plus 5 plus 14 equals 0, and d x squared minus 5x minus 14 equals 0. Hello, Favor from a pair. Favor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good evening.
So you can answer the question on the screen.
All right, what's the answer?
X squared minus 5x minus 14.
All right, and Favor, if you have been following my guests before we lost her, what is it that you've learned from what he's talking about, STEM and technology? One thing that you've learned.
One thing
that you've learned so far on this edition of Join and You.
Yeah, it's telling us about the STEM of technology, about the branches, how technology experts.
All right. Thank you very much, Favor. I'll let you know if you are correct or not. Just stay tuned to us.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. So that's Favor calling us from a pair. He has made his choice. He has given us his answer. So what about you? You can go ahead and work it out. Mathematics is not difficult. As a matter of fact, she spoke about critical thinking. That is exactly what mathematics will do for you. Make you be able to think and solve problems, and solving problems is what engineering is all about. It's all about observing a problem and finding a way around it to solve it using science, technology, and mathematics. So you can still call us before we wrap up the show for today, and the price is here, the gifts are here, and it is courtesy of our sponsor for today, Prince, or for the program, Prince Engineer MC Shillon, FNSC. So digital resources is also important in learning because it makes the work easier. What used to be a big voluminous work in engineering has now been reduced and turned into something that you can do on your laptop, sometimes on your phone, and makes the job easy, makes the work environment easy. It makes the future of work too more interesting, as our guests have said. And we will have to go now. We're still expecting your call in a matter of 2-3 minutes. The program will end, but you can still call us. Okay, Bashir. Bashir, if I'm to go about the rule that we said before the program started, you are wrong, because I said you should give me the equation. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Okay, Bashir, stay tuned. I'll let you know if you are correct.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. So that's Bashir calling us from Ondo. Bashir, it's nice to know that you are watching, and nice to know that you are there. Okay, I have my guests back. We'll be connected. Engineer Adeyton, I'll just ask you 2 questions in one because our time is already up. The first question, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. The first question, you spoke about critical thinking as a skill that can help for innovation in engineering. How important is critical thinking as a skill set for engineering? Number 2, when we were in school, I discovered, student level engineering, you have to do engineering drawing and all. You're talking about AutoCAD now and how it has helped you in your designs and all. Why are we still doing the manual, strenuous the drawings using the T-square and all, instead of going digital, if that is the way to go?
Okay, thank you. Yes, so basically you asked about critical thinking. Critical thinking has to do with looking beyond what everybody can see. I think that's the best way to explain it. For example, you've been given data now, and then when you're analyzing the data, you realize that you have some outliers. And then the question you ask yourself is, why are these like this? And then you go back to experiment and you look at it and wonder, okay, so why is this happening? And so it's possible that maybe the temperature has changed at that point, or the pressure, and so that's why you have an outlier. Okay, so that is an example of critical thinking, and that's how it can help you even as an engineer. But somebody that just looks at a graph and looks at it and says, oh, when the pressure is increasing, the temperature is also increasing, and so what happens in this particular place, so that's critical thinking. You're thinking beyond what you see, and you're wondering what are the factors that can actually affect this particular trend that moves away from the norm. Yes, I think, sorry, can I get the second question?
I spoke about digital resource. That should be our last question, because our time is up already. Digital resource, why do we still go, since okay, my time is up. But I want to say a big thank you to Engineer Yetunde Alade-Iton. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a very wonderful topic. And I learned a lot, really. That's why I'm asking so much questions. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay.
All right, and thank you so much. All right, and thank you so much for being there to watch. Thank you so much for asking questions. And for our question for today, Favor, you called us from Ekpe, you got it correctly. So Favor, you get your prize, courtesy of our sponsor, Prince Engineer MC Shillon, FNSCU. So call this number, 003-086-7011. Call that number, Favor, and get your prize and get your gift, courtesy of our sponsor. We have to go now, and question for the week says, if 9 raised to power 2 minus 3 is equal to 3, find x. You can get that, it's on your screen already.